Progressive, what is good? We are on the grounds of We Are Lost Buenos Aires. Today is the day. Tonight is the night. Tomorrow morning's the morning. It's gonna go all night long. So stoked. Gonna walk up, gonna go catch up with Mike Rish quickly, and then we'll just see where everything takes us. Like, nothing's planned. The weather has been so like hot and cold, literally downpouring this morning. It seems to have cleared up just in time, but everyone's gonna party here no matter what. I've never seen a progressive event on this scale. You're gonna see when I, start filming. This place is enormous. It simply doesn't exist anywhere else. The amount of people that come out to, support the progressive sound, no doubt in my mind, Buenos Aires, progressive capital of the world. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm really so stoked. Let's go.
Stand in the now and see ourselves in the future.
We're here with Figueras. You guys' opening set. That was so awesome.
Thank you so much, Will.
Atmospheric, a great groove, great rhythm, housey. I was a huge fan. It's my first time seeing you. What's it like to be included in this event? I've never seen such a big event for progressive house.
Our imagination never came this far. We didn't expect being part of this, but we are super happy. We are grateful with We Are Lost, with Guy, all the crew. We are so happy to be here.
It's an honor, it's an honor.
What were kind of the first progressive tracks that made you fall in love with this music?
Wow, nice question. I think every album of Guy, like the Bedrock albums, 1111 of Guy Gerber, also made us fall in love with progress. I think Nirvana, Bungalow, all those tracks from Guy made us fall in love deep with this.
I think Blue Shadow of Tame is a track of Touch My Heart.
Hey, yeah, amazing. Well, thank you guys so much, and
Thank
it's
you,
so
Will.
awesome to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
We're here with Mike Rish. Mike, it doesn't get bigger than this. How stoked are you for this gig?
It's amazing, man. We Are Lost in Argentina is it's about the pinnacle as you could get with it all.
And honestly, it couldn't be coming at a more exciting time for you.
Yeah.
You just launched your new label, Torn.
Yep.
First release went straight to #1.
Yeah.
Just how stoked are you on unveiling this project that you've probably been working on for a long time, and why'd you decide that you wanted to do this and now's the time to do it?
Yeah, so I've wanted to have my own label for a while now. It's something I've been thinking about for a long, long time. Just because, at the end of the day, you kind of your own thing. You want to kind of break off and become your own person, your own artist, your own identity. And having control over the music and the artwork was something that was important to me. And, I wanted to release the stuff when I wanted to release it. I didn't want to wait 6-7 months for release schedules and stuff like that. And yeah, I just wanted to have kind of, I suppose, control, but more so creative freedom with what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say I'm so stoked for you. I remember it was 5 months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, we were in London together to kick off this new chapter for you.
I know,
and you've just been smashing it, and I'm so stoked for you.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, a little update. This is insane. When Mike Rish went on the decks, there was maybe 50 people in the venue, and an hour and a half later, by the time he finished, 5,000. And this is what really makes a great DJ, is to be able to go from playing to 50 people to 5,000 people. And the other thing I realized with Mike's music, which is so sick, is the way he loops the music. It's like he can play any energy style, any energy level, in his unique style. What I mean by that is like he blends his loops so well, and that's like that's the defining Mike Rish style. But he can do that like super low BPM, really deep, and he can keep that style of mixing going while increasing the energy. So no matter if it's at 117, 118 BPM, or 120 BPM, or 122 BPM, you still get that Mike Rish sound, and it was so awesome. And I'm just so stoked for him, because beforehand we're like, oh my God, like what is going on? You know, not like what is going on, but there's like 50 people here, and then by the time, you know, the weather cleared, everyone came rushing in, and by the end he finished his set, there's 5,000 people. He hands it off to Simone and Tantum, and we are underway here at Lost and Found.
All right, so it got so crowded and so loud backstage as the night went on that I'm actually going to be doing now my gig updates from down here in the corner. And what you're listening to right now is my all-time favorite track from Simone Vuarambon and Tantum, and that is Zenith, which was released on Bedrock Records. I really can't believe they played this at this gig. I got to hear my favorite track live. You all know that's the best feeling ever, and here it is. So I think this clip right here just showcases kind of what the sound was like for Simone and Tantum's set, so I just wanted to share it here. There's so much music coming out each week that it just feels like sometimes you're drowning in new music, but every once in a while a track really breaks through and becomes kind of the track of the season. And for the fall and winter, for me, that has been Simone Vuarambon's remix of Tantum and Huyunji's Oz, Keep My Letters, the debut track on the Keep My Letters label. Epic track, and it was awesome to see them close out their set with this one. So next up we had Guy Mantzur, and what's cool about this is I actually got to interview Guy just after his set the following day. And so during Guy's set we're going to be hearing from Guy, and here he is. You have such a special relationship with the Argentinian clubbers. How long have you been coming to Argentina, and can you share the story of your first ever visit here?
Yes, I have a really deep connection and bonding with the Argentinian crowd, people. I've been coming here for many, many years, and it's always big inspiration for me. It's kind of shaped who I am and what I am in terms of artist as well, because it gives me so much inspiration coming here time by time and get the love and the feedback. And the first time that I came here was, I don't remember exactly how long ago, but it was really, really long ago. And a guy, super nice guy, Argentinian young guy, just wrote me on Facebook. And he told me that he wanted to bring me to play here in Argentina. And his name was, everybody knows him today because he's super famous, Mariano Bellino. And he was, back in the days, he used to be a DJ as well, but also promoter and doing parties. And he brought me to Argentina, for Buenos Aires, to a place named Voodoo Club. And I think it was like 500 people maybe, something like this. And I remember we were so happy, all of us, because it was like first time for us working together. It was like another queue of 500 people outside. They want to get inside. So we knew, okay, we have something good going on. And it was like, I will never forget this show. It's really good.
So Guy, the last time I saw you DJ was up at Skyline for around 250 people, an intimate club. This We Are Lost festival, 12,000 people. Most people I've ever seen at one progressive house gig. How does that change the way you prepare your music for your set?
It's changed in the way that I'm thinking about playing in this kind of event. So my mindset is a little bit more festival-y, like I can, especially when it's like not a long set, and it's like 2 hours or 1:45. So I prepare things that are more, more, to the point, when I do like longer sets, like places like Skyline or even here in Argentina, so I can do like more of a story, go in, out, down, up. Here I felt like a little bit more, they have to be like a little bit more energetic also because of the time, the slot. but I can tell you that 70% of the set can be the same, you know, even if it's like for 200, 300 or for 12,000. But I will play it a little bit differently.
We find the change, and I take the blame. You can take the blame. So we stay the same. We find the change, and I take the blame.
So next up we have Guy J, and staying on theme, we have his remix of Love and Traffic. All-time track, all-time remix from Guy J, and this just got me in the mood to party. This just kind of shows you the scope of the amount of people that are at the gig. I think the final number was 12,000 people at the event, and this is me near the back, just so you can see how massive this event really was, because coming from the UK, where we saw Guy J play in the Joshua Brooks basement for about 200 people, to be one person in a crowd of 12,000 was like absolutely insane. It was shocking for a large part of the gig, even getting accustomed to looking out and seeing that many people. This was it was on a different scale. So obviously I thought this track was sick, but really what I'm going to do is just let the music do the talking right here. think a lot of you will find this very funny. During the gig, I kind of started to try and film just Guy's wrist when he goes like this, because I think that is like the most classic Guy J move. I think every DJ kind of has their like little signature move. You know, Mike Rish, he wears his headphones on his head like this. I'll do it right here. With his like bald head, it looks epic. And you know, some DJs like John Digweed, it's like actually like an anti-signature, where their signature thing is they literally just look down at the mixer. But for Guy J, we all know, when we see the wrist start to go like this, that is when you know things are gonna go absolutely crazy in the track. So yeah, I just started trying to film this. I wasn't very successful, but just so you know where my head was at as I was kind of filming all this. So I've seen Guy J DJ like 5 times in the last 3 months. It was there at Balance, which was insane. The 3 gigs at ADE, which were crazy. Back in Manchester, and then tonight. So, with all that said, I want to share this really interesting conversation I had with Guy Mantzur, because a lot of people talk about how the ending sequence of Guy J's set, sometimes, it's the same sequence that ends it, and I personally think it's awesome, but I'm just going to share this little conversation I had with Guy Mantzur because I think it adds a lot of context, and then we'll get into the closing sequence. So, with Guy J's set yesterday, I was thinking in my head, I really think a lot about this music in terms of from a rock and roll background. And my favorite artist is, I saw him at Balance, I saw him at the pop-up, and then I saw him at the festival. And his closing sequence is very similar each time. And some people I hear say, why doesn't he mix it up? But in my mind, it's you go to Oasis to see them finish the gig with Don't Look Back in Anger, Live
Champions to
Forever.
Maneuver. Yeah, of course.
You want to see those tracks, and while I just think there's so many different types of DJs. There's maybe the John Digweeds and Hernans who come from it from a DJing perspective, where it's they're gonna, each set is very different from one another.
Mm-hmm.
But I do sometimes feel with the DJs who are equally amazing as producers and known as producers as well, the audience, the dancers, they want to hear those tracks
Of
that
course.
they produce.
100%, I feel the same, and I can tell you, I feel it on myself as well. That's why I like to mix also some of my tracks, because I feel when I play, for example, even in the festival, I play I play Shine Tomorrow, and you see the bonding, you see people feel something, they sing in it, and also with Guy. As you know, I play with him so much and for so long. I can tell you that when we have this kind of events, so he will play. At the end, I'm sure he planned it. He didn't improvise. He played the Fateless bootleg he did, or he can do. I don't know if he played because I didn't stay until then. I had to go to the after party, but he will play the Lost and Found.
Yeah, he did that at the pop-up.
At the pop-up, yeah. So he will do something that will be something that people know, and something that sounds familiar to people, and something that they will remember. And
yeah, definitely.
And this is the idea, and I think it's good. And if you want to go back to the other question, when I'm planning my sets in this kind of festival, so I always choose the first 2 tracks that I'm going to play, and I have option for the 2 last tracks, and then I choose between them. But if you have even not all the structure, you don't have to, because you have to improvise to see the vibe. But if you have the beginning and the end, so you already have a really important part of the set. So in festivals, it's super important, and I think with Guy, it's the same, So it shows this and it shows this, and that's the thing.
In the middle, that's when you hear all the new tracks, the experimentation.
The new track, exactly, and also you can improvise, because you have also to improvise because it's nice,
Yeah.
To. Also for me, I played in this festival some tracks that it was the first time that I played them, some promos. Suddenly, hey, I don't know, Ezekiel Arias sent me 2 good tracks, so boom, I play. It was first time, but I trusted myself and I trusted him that it's good music. So I tested things. That's the idea.
always known to be from wide awake in my kitchen. It's black and I'm lonely. Oh, if I could only get some sleep. Creaky noises make my skin creep. I need to get some sleep. I can't get no sleep.
So this is what the crowd looked like at around 5:30 a.m. And as you can see with the sun kind of coming up, sunrise happening, you can just see how many people are there, and it's really insane. So if you watch my balance videos, you obviously know how iconic this track is. This is the unreleased Guy J remix of Accident, The Acid, or it's The Acid Accidents. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head. But this track is like given so many iconic moments on the dance floor, and it really never gets old for me, so I was happy he played it out here, and you can just see how much it meant to the clubbers on the dance floor. So here we have Guy J closing out his set, and for me, I was feeling like just super grateful to be there. I ended up working way more than I thought I was going to be. I didn't really get to spend as much time on the dance floor as I normally do or wanted to, but at this gig, you know, I was a one-man band. I was normally David's helping me with the filming, but tonight it was just all me, so I really wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything filming-wise, but all I can say is to experience a Guy J set, and really just progressive house music, to be one person in a sea of 12,000 people. It was a completely unique experience. It shifted my whole perspective on the scope of the progressive scene. It was the ultimate first event to kind of experience down in Argentina. And I'm just super grateful, I gotta say, super grateful to every single person I met, all the clubbers who came up and had nice things to say, everybody who was waving from the dance floor and just wanted to say hi. Honestly, it was just a night I will never forget, and I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Guy. I want to thank Guy Mantzur. I want to thank Rish, Figueras, Simon, Tantum, the whole crew together. I thought it was a fantastic event, and this is just the first trip of many to Argentina and Buenos Aires. So thank you very much.